All right, guys, we're going to be continuing our series of videos here talking about the Leslye Headland Lucasfilm situation. In case you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know already that Leslye Headland was hired by Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm to helm a female-centric Star Wars TV show for Disney+. However, the word is that the Bobs, talking about Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, are not very happy with Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm for hiring Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. And there's a whole bunch of baggage that comes with Harvey Weinstein. We know what happened with him. He's a scumbag. He's actually serving pretty much a life sentence in prison right now for his crimes when it comes to women. And when you hire Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant and the word gets out there, it's going to be a PR nightmare. And we found out something new today, that she actually was praising Harvey Weinstein after the fact of many allegations had came out about Harvey Weinstein when it comes to what he was doing with women in Hollywood, the casting couch thing. And I don't even need to say what it is because we're going to keep this video monetized, and it's a disaster. Okay. So WD Magic Forums, who actually is the whistleblower on the Leslye Headland thing, talking about how Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are livid with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. He had this to say, and this is what Leslye Headland said about Harvey Weinstein. So WD Magic Forum says this. He says, so just received this info. One of the reasons Leslye Headland is such a PR issue is because of quotes like these. She says, quote, "It was so funny and great. When I was working there talking about Miramax with Harvey Weinstein, that was all I wanted. I would daydream that someday I would be making movies and Harvey would buy them and he will want to support me, as co-workers, essentially. There's nobody like him. He's genius. You can sit across from him and you're like, I cannot believe how brilliant this guy is. So it's interesting me as a filmmaker, just makes me feel like I made the right choice to move on." Close quote. So she's praising him, maybe not on the level of Meryl Streep calling Harvey Weinstein God. But WD Forums points out that you have to understand quotes like these come well after there were many reports about Weinstein and his predatory criminal behavior towards women. Exactly. So it was out there, and she actually worked for Harvey Weinstein for 6 years, 1 year as his personal assistant. I'm pretty sure, I'm not saying it's true, that she probably knew some things. And she's still putting praise on Harvey Weinstein, calling him a genius. And when you have something like this that comes out, it's going to be PR nightmare at the PR nightmare, and it just won't stop. So I don't know if Kathleen Kennedy did her homework on Leslye Headland. Maybe Kathleen Kennedy didn't know that she was Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. I really don't know. I don't see how she wouldn't, considering that she's in the Hollywood circles. But this is Kathleen Kennedy that we're talking about. This is a disaster PR-wise for Disney. It is. And it actually says here, WDW Pro also says, additionally, Bob Iger is currently being sued by Paz de la Huerta about Harvey Weinstein, which means that not only is he attempting to get out of that situation, but Kathleen Kennedy has brought the fox into the henhouse by bringing in Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. And nobody at the top of Disney knows what information she's privy to in her time working directly under Weinstein. That's the key point right there. And he says, I was curious about the legal issue. I was curious what the legal issue was that Disney was concerned about beyond the PR issue. But that's just one thing I've discovered. You could potentially, although perhaps unlikely, see a situation where Kathleen Kennedy has hired someone who would have compromising information about the CEO, former CEO, and others at Disney. I get that right there. I completely get that about hiring Leslye Headland, because she knows what's going on with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein may have some other stuff on some other people. maybe other high executives in Hollywood knew what Harvey Weinstein was doing and they kept quiet. It could be Bob Iger. I really don't know. I'm not saying that's true or not, but this is a disaster. Now, I don't know how hiring actually works in these corporations. You know, Lucasfilm is an entity of the Walt Disney Company. Do they have free range just to go around and hire whoever they want? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I really don't know. Does Disney really get involved in that part of it? Probably so. I mean, Bob Iger was pretty hands-on with the Star Wars movies. So why wouldn't him or Chapek, but most likely it was still Bob Iger at the time, really be involved in this? Maybe Kathleen Kennedy just cut him out. And I can see why he would be livid. This is a complete, utter disaster. And we know that Leslye Headland also deleted hundreds of tweets on Twitter. Maybe there were some of those tweets with her praising Harvey Weinstein. Maybe she had to clean the deck of Harvey Weinstein. I'm pretty sure that other quotes about her praising Harvey Weinstein, it's not just this one quote. I'm pretty sure there's many, many more. But man, this is just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And I can actually see this actually costing Kathleen Kennedy her job. Now, if there's legal ramifications with this, maybe it'll be a bad look too for Disney if they actually fire Kathleen Kennedy over this. So the Bobs are saying, wait a minute, Kathleen Kennedy, you hired someone where we can actually have legal ramifications that was actually Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. You got to go. You're fired. It could be a complete disaster. Now, Kathleen Kennedy absolutely should be fired for everything else that she's done. The woman cannot make good decisions. That's her problem. She doesn't know how to manage. She can't manage anything. She can't manage a paper bag. And yet she goes out of her way to hire Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. This is absolutely a terrible look. And this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back and get Kathleen Kennedy fired. If not fired, not officially firing, but, her contract is up next year and they're probably just going to say, retire. Retire, we'll pay you the rest of your contract. Just go away. An unofficial firing. Because, in Hollywood, you really can't fire a woman anymore. Even though I'm pretty sure they want to get rid of Leslye Headland quick, fast, and in a hurry. They could do that by just saying, have a closed door meeting with Kathleen Kennedy. This isn't going to happen. And we're just going to crush a rumor that Leslye Headland was hired by you. Disney could just come out and say this was never true. I don't know where Variety got this story, because actually Disney and Lucasfilm haven't actually confirmed anything on this. That could be their scapegoat on this situation. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Leslye Headland. Could she actually now get Kathleen Kennedy fired? I know a lot of Star Wars fans have been waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to be fired for such a very long time because of her poor leadership as an executive at Lucasfilm. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to get future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.